for the next session, that is transforming procurement process, choosing smart path. For this, I would like to call Mr. Senthil Arasu, Associate Vice President Procurement, HDFC Life. Mr. Senthil is a successful procurement leader with rich experience in strategic sourcing, supplier performance management, cost management, and techno-commercial negotiation with a proven track record of various indirect sourcing categories. Mr. Senthil has solid leadership, analytics skill and decision-making skills. Senthil is a mechanical engineer, MBA in logistics and supply chain management, strategic management course from IIM Lucknow and further specialization in procurement, and currently working for HDFC Life as AVP Procurement, heading non-IT procurement, also volunteer for CIPS India chapter and holding post of Vice Chairman. He is cricketer and played for Tamil Nadu and University. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Senthil Arasu?
I welcome you all for the nice, wonderful day of procurement conference. So it is just a thought process, whatever I just laid down. In fact, we have been doing it on day-to-day basis. Just as a brush-up thought that what we are going to look into it. So we always hear that IT transformations every 10 years once, right? So they say that, okay, next gen, we want to look into we need to place our company well before the others. Every 10 years or 12 years, IT transformation keep on taking place. So now, in recent past, we're talking about procurement transformation. So procurement transformations, people think it is only a digital transformation, what is mainly focused with the people. So what people, most of the organizations in the team will think about, or peers will think about, is procurement is a cost-cutting function. Is it? I don't think so. So when you talk about a cost, beyond cost, is what we can able to make influence. Is it the value that we brings on to the organization, value that brings on to the stakeholders, the activity, what we can able to do differently and able to solve the queries of the stakeholders and the problem statement of the particular activity. What will happen is that brings the value add. So when you want to get into the seat of CXOs, then we need to have an influence. Then always we need to have a much to talk about than the cost cutting. So I hope everybody agrees on that. What is the real procurement transformation? Is it a digital transformation? Yes, there are plenty of tools comes in. They have within 18 months or 1 to 18 months, we'll have a procurement journey can be built on the platform. It is no-brainer. It is the easiest thing to do. What is the other things we need to focus on? We need to start focusing on people. We need to start focusing on the knowledge, innovation, and the processes. I'll just brush through few pointers, then I'll open up for you to have a discussions. Okay, this is the point which I mentioned it up. The ways of doing it is that invest in partnership and innovations, building a robust supplier engagement and a stakeholder engagement is one of the main pointers which I want to put across. Second, yes, based on the technology, currently we can able to have a data-driven procurement objectives. We can able to meet up those. Second. Third, we talk about processes. Yes, SOPs are being laid in 50, 100, plenty of pages. Is that what is necessary? No. As far as I am concerned, it has been a simple and standardized process, what we make it up, that will make sure that we can able to get into automation very easily. And resilience procurement team. Building a strong and knowledgeable procurement team this is related on the people on the people part. Okay, so what do you want to do? Are we being an agent of change or agent of value? What do you bring on the table to the suppliers? Or what do you bring it on the table to the stakeholders? These are the two questions which we need to start asking internally. Each and every transaction that what we do, yes, it may be a very, very small transaction with a very small partner, or it may be a big transformation pointers, projects that we do. So what is that? We procurement able to bring it on the table, either to the stakeholders or to the suppliers. This one. Are we speaking only on the process to the stakeholders? Or this is the young generation who's coming up. They're shaping up much, much better. I'm talking about, when we talk about, this is not as per our SOP. This is not as per our standards. This has to go in through three codes, RFP process and stuff like that. So this is how we usually start speaking to the business, the way we speak to the business, the way we speak to the stakeholders or the vendors. We need to allow to have a small change. What can we do like this? Okay, let us talk the business. We, as a procurement professionals, we run through commercial discussions, RFP process, understand the business needs much in advance, and we start negotiating, right? One. And are we only confined to one department? No. We have confined to various other departments, various categories. You talk about indirect procurement. I come from indirect procurement vertical. I talk about Marcom, or talking about MICE, or talking about facility procurement, or professional services procurement, legal, HR, whatever it is. So we have a fair understanding of how the different functional runs. So when a supplier comes in, we will not be confining to that particular topic or particular product or whatever it is. Let us start understanding their business, how they can able to impart more or partnership more with our company. One, it gives a win-win situation for both of us. Second, if we talk business, it makes much more easier way of effecting getting the commercials or getting the terms and negotiated much faster and quicker. Okay, so this third point, what I'm talking about, lean into chaos, where business thinks that usually, so procurement able to resolve the problems. So yes, there is ongoing activity where they will have a small kind of carry some issues or whatever they want to talk about, some barriers, they try to resolve themselves. Mostly they will resolve. If it is taking some, they need an extra hand or extra support, where procurement guys getting involved and getting it resolved. This is something which is not new to our team, but is this the resilient our team is capable of doing it? So that's the way we need to start engaging them. Is it a procurement is therefore endorsing the spends? Okay, so I have a 2 crores of spend to be done on this product. We got a quote. Can we do it? Yes, we can do it. Are we asking the right questions? Are we training our team or training the people, asking them to have a right questions? Is this the one? Second one is, we talk about the regular ongoing activity currently we have, right? When ongoing current activity, are we changing the status quo? We have a knowledge, or when you're getting into these kind of forums, we have some kind of thought process coming up. When we go out of these meeting rooms, we have some 1 or 2 or 3 pointers where we take home and start implementing in our workplace, right? So when going back to the workplace, are we changing, challenging the status quo, current status quo, and asking, this can be done in the other fashion, where we're able to bring value add to the organization and the stakeholders. So one other important point is, we have been updated on daily news that impacts the organization and which impacts procurement. So procurement is the key functions where we talk about spending enough huge money of the organization. So are we have been knowledgeable, or are we having a day-to-day activities what we learn from the market? Okay, so there are 4 or 5 points which I mentioned in the thought process change. So this is particularly for the people. I'm talking about only for the people. Curiosity. So our team is having a curiosity of learning. Is this the way they daily have a different learning process, or they learn differently at least in a week? They want to learn. That is more important. This is one. Second, critical thinking. Is that the people are analyzing the data, information objectively, and when they start critically thinking about the particular activity, then they can look into a place where they can able to understand the problems, become a problem solver. So that's what the procurement actually mean to have it. But still, our people are getting enough leeway to solve the problems? One, imaginations. Okay, so we have a set processes, set things, and said, okay, let us come and roll it out. This is how the process goes like. So are we allowing our team members to imagine and think differently? So I'm not asking that deviate from current existing processes. Is there anything that they can change internally? Currently, they can change our current status quo of even procurement. So can we think about unconventional sourcing strategies? We need to start looking into a people's process. Creativity is the fourth point which I want to talk about. Yes, if you open a Google and put it up, or a Chat GPT and put it up, there'll be n number of PPTs or n number of forms that will be rolled out. Say that, okay, you can do a supplier management engagement like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options, and go to the management and say that, okay, these are the 5 options. Please choose what is the best for us. Can you do it? And based on that, we'll move on. Is that apart from this, if you start engaging within the team and can we please come up with your own thought process? Yes, go to the Google. I'm not saying that you not go to Google. Go to the internet, explore. But are we from there, we are able to observe something which can able to impact? The other thing is system thinking. Okay, so there is various complex problems. Are we able to identify, even our own supply chain or in our own procurement processes, is it able to identify any of the potential disruptions? Is it possible? Are we revisiting it? Or any one team member is volunteering revisiting these processes? This is one. Collaboration is the last, and without collaboration, procurement may not be able to gain heights. But so building a relationship, I just keep on repeating on the same stuff again and again and again. So building a relationship with the suppliers and the stakeholders is very, very crucial. And this requires a lot of collaborations. Yes, there may be a processes set with the various organizations, but collaborative mindset will be able to solve more number of problems. Now, on terms of procurement transformation, yes, digital transformation that is very, very critical. I understand that. Then I more talk about on people transformations and knowledge imparting on them, their critical thinking. One point is, and be an agent of change. This is how my submission is. I hope this 3 or 4 slides, whatever I mentioned it, might have brushed your thoughts. I'm not saying there is anything new. It's a brush your thoughts. Thank you very much for hearing me out.
Thank you so much, Mr. Senthil. I would request you to please stay back on this stage. And to do the felicitation, I would like to call Ms. Nidhi Hasija from Microsoft. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Senthil Arasu?